Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 20, Week 3. Today, we're taking a look at the Fellowship of the Ping, the Kyrix team, taking on Clock and Ball Torture. Am I only doing one series? No, I'm doing them both tonight. Doing both this and the Doughboy. I said it when I linked the Twitch chat, or I linked the Twitch in my chat. I said it on the little thing where I went live. It said that I was doing this in the other series. But yeah, we're doing this series. Fellowship of the Ping, Clock and Ball Torture. That's the Charlie Wang team. Usually it's the Charlie Wang team. He's not here today. With me here today is Ransoms, same as last week.
Hello.
Ransoms, of course, don't get that used to him because after we're done with this series, we're kicking his ass off the desk because you're not allowed to.
Bye-bye.
You're not allowed to cast your own games. Ads during the intro is crazy. God damn it. It's not supposed to happen. I have a little setting set up that that ads shouldn't be playing right now. I guess I have to go dick with that. Luckily, Doughboy's not getting it because of that gift sub Inno gave him last week. But anyway.
I think I got one too.
Maybe. And yeah, you also have access to these great emotes. And my little chat client thing is starting to get cut off. Uh-oh. Hopefully that's fine. Anyway, starting with this series, and with us here as well is Lou, L-E-W.
Hello.
Lou Lin.
Radiant team
Oh, that is very loud because I dicked with the volume settings to get Lou louder.
Dire team back.
But yeah, we have Lou,
Band, pretty standard.
formerly known as Big Titty Gardevoir GF. But here's the interesting thing, right? I made the jokes, you know, earlier in the season about like transitioning both gender and species to be here, right? But here's the thing. I noticed today that that little thing by your name on Discord has the tags NSFW and Pokemon. So I suspect you might be a Big Titty Gardevoir GF, like, on the side still. You might be moonlighting.
Maybe. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, that's a shame. I was hoping for a confirmation or deconfirmation. Interesting bands. I hate first phase Bristleback band. That is nonsense to me. That's such a binary hero. Like,
What,
it
do
is.
They have a Ricky main or something?
It is. Don't. No, they don't. It is such a like easily countered hero. You can't pick that guy first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
What about the Huskar ban? That's also that feels really targeted.
Yeah, that's just Kid Dynamite
maybe they banned
bands.
it because the other team banned AA, and
It's
AA
true.
is like the Huskar counter.
That is true. I could definitely see this team doing a first pick Huskar with Kid Dynamite here, but the Bristleback, no, that's just crazy talk.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because the Charlie Wang had banned the AA, they went for the Huskar ban in response.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though
Yeah.
they could have like maybe picked Necrophos if they went first pick Huskar.
Which is
Necrophos.
yeah
is,
against
like,
it. Mm-hmm.
Necrophos is like also really strong into Huskar.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pretty binary type counters for Huskar as well, but it feels like Huskar in his worst game is still a little bit better than Bristleback and even just a bad game for him, if that makes sense.
True.
Lou, they must have been inspired by you.
Shaker fans, yeah, let's go.
They knew you were going to pick this hero later on that day, somehow.
Do they have a? Can they flex this pick, or is this purely a support at this point? You think?
Can they flex his pick? I am guessing this is just going to be the Kyrix hero. I don't think he has a very big pool of 3 because he doesn't really play that role much.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's the 3 on this team this season. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware, Kyrix is like 75% of Kyrix playing Dota is playing it on support, and most of the rest of the 25% is like on 2 heroes. So
I remember eventually my team, when we faced this team week 1, and I think we were saying like we shouldn't care that much about Kyrix.
that's not very nice, but I do think that is probably good strategy overall. You know,
We were a lot more scared of Inno.
as a caster, it's not a nice thing to say, but whenever in the past I've been doing like drafts for teams and stuff, I have definitely been like, just completely ignore this guy. Like, if I don't mean to be that guy or anything, but if I'm like drafting against Kyrix team, I'm like, just pick single target heroes and hound Inno. Honestly, is what I would probably say against this team for the most part.
We did that strategy in this week or last week, I guess, against Hollywood's team. We should have done it week 1, but we were still trying to get our bearings week 1. So
yeah, still trying to get your ball bearings. Nothing was like turning well.
And Inno was also demolishing me. So there's that.
Yeah.
Never mind. This is the Kyrix hero. He's playing Prophet again.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. So Airshaker 4, probably.
I hate Prophet so much.
Prophet 3 though. That's kind of interesting. I guess you could trade with a lot of.
I don't know if it's actually going to be Nature's Prophet 3, for the record.
I think Prophet can be played in like any position other than 3. Well, maybe not 4 or something.
Oh, no.
Spirit Breaker. Alright.
That's a counter to the Prophet. It's just a direct Prophet
something
counter.
to hunt him down the entire match.
Yeah.
Something you can't really easily kill just jumping on his head either. He's a little too tanky for that.
Yeah.
And since he can see you coming, he can start his little bulldoze before you get the silence off, which means it only lasts like a second, so.
Yep.
At least he usually sees you coming. I mean, you can get like a fully blind drop on him sometimes, but it's not something you can really depend on. Okay,
Wow,
this is a
2
lot.
heroes to go hunt for them. This Prophet's not gonna have a game.
I better not be Inno on the Furion. That's all I'm saying. If it's
So,
not, I feel like popping champagne in the Fellowship of the Ping lineup. Like if that's gonna be like a pause 4 or 5 Furion, right? If that's gonna be like support Prophet, they just picked 2 counter picks to it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
hooray.
putting Prophet on the support is definitely the best thing to do at this point.
Oh yeah, for
'Cause, like,
sure.
Prophet
Playing
shows
a
up
core is
anywhere
suicide.
on the map.
Yeah. Suicide at this point.
Yeah, just give it to
Spirit.
Mega Man, I think. Okay,
Okay,
yeah, it
so-
will definitely not be. That is actually one of the 2 heroes I was talking about earlier. So that is as a Pause 3 hero that Kyrix has more experience on.
Uh-huh.
So
I
the
mean-
Shaker is gonna be support, probably, unless it goes mid.
It could be
Oh,
mid.
no.
Mid.
Yeah,
Still
let's
good
not
at mid.
let's not do that. Let's not do that this season, all right? Let's only
What's
have
wrong
good
with Shaker
mids.
mid?
Let's only have good mids.
Hey, Shaker is a good mid.
Anyway, I'm worried about this Furion though. What if it's mid? What if it's P1? Each new pick is the Kyrix hero. True. Yeah, that's true. Every pick so far, I've suspected of being the Kyrix hero. They're all Kyrix heroes. The guy's picking a whole team for 5 of himself. Well, we're out of them now. Let's get a pick.
Yeah, like
First
first pick the Shaker was like, oh no, I don't want that. Then pick the Prophet. They counter pick. No, I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
Is the Axe pick even good here?
I like Into the Storm.
Yeah, you
It's
can
kind
catch
of-
the storm. It's like really iffy though.
All right, so it's not.
'Cause it-
Oh man. Okay, no, because the axe is it's gotta be a Kyrix on the axe on 3, so that's a mid DP, right?
Oh, Munchlax
good
drafted Charlie's team. Munchlax,
So,
you're Black
there-
Joe, right? I mean, if you are, we already knew that.
There's a strong possibility that this is Inno Prophet. And that
Yeah, I
worries
think
me.
you're not wrong. I think
I-
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell to make of it. This draft so far is, in a way, it's
fans will tell
good.
us.
In a way, it's good. In a way, it's total nonsense. Like, I like having all of these big stuns and these big mobility fuckers around the DP. I like that. DP, very, very strong when you have a team that can. It's a hard hero to do that on her own as well. Very strong hero when you have a lot of these guys who can kind of, direct traffic control movement like this. In
Well,
fact,
he
it's
also-
to the point where it's overkill. You have Axe into like he's all right into Storm Spirit in the way that he can catch him, and he's not that sometimes catch him, and he's not that afraid of what Storm Spirit does. But you don't. That's definitely not a P1. I'm not holding my breath on P1 Spirit Breaker. You know what the P1 matchup is
No.
going to be, and that is okay.
This is a rough matchup for Axe. So.
Yeah. I knew the moment I see that whenever I talk about these 1 to 3 matchups, oftentimes I'll say this hero is really good except into 2 guys. One of those guys is Ursa, and one of those guys is Monkey King. Yep.
Radiant team back.
This guy
The
sucks.
Attack range of the Spectre. They banned the Spectre. What?
It is not just going to make Axe have a bad lane, it's going to make him upset. It's not even fun to lane him. At least when you're laning to Ursa, you can like try to guide him around, try to be clever. It's like Monkey King. It's like, oh no, you can only get a little bit done before he gets that 4th hit off, and then it's like all your progress just goes into the bin. He's demoralizing to fight. I hate that asshole.
You get
his
hit
attack range is
twice,
so
and then you have to walk away from the wave for 15 seconds.
Yeah. I hate it.
Well, and just the fact that his attack range is so long is just absurd for
Yeah,
a melee hero.
you can attack from outside your counter helix range. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sure.
insane.
I do not ban the Dire for banning out P1s here. I think Clock and Ball Torture has not Clock and Ball Torture. Fellowship of the Ping has lost their mind if they're running any of these things P1.
Yeah.
DP is not a P1 hero to begin with, and a hero like Monkey King who does this really crazy high alpha damage to her anyway, it's not gonna make her have a fun time.
What's the
DP is
chances
the storm is for the storm, right? Because she lanes pretty well into the storm because she has good range of silence and like the link, right? Like that was that pick. That was like give us something
feel
to
like-
lane.
DP just lanes well into anybody.
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, I think that's generally true, right? She has really good range for nuking the waves and stuff.
That's true, but you can't pick. I don't think you can ever pick a 1 just based on the lane matchup alone, unless it's the craziest thing ever. You, Ransoms, you're talking like you think she's going to be mid. I hope she is. I mean, we were talking earlier about maybe this is NO0. I hope to God it's not.
No.
Because this is a good-looking DP game in a lot of ways, except for the Monkey King matchup, but it's not that good, you know?
What are the chances
No,
that
I think it's a DP mid.
What are the chances that they pick a P1 that's really good into Monkey King and they lane swap to try to get Axe out of that lane?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I just don't think there are that many heroes. I think Monkey King, when he's not unpickable, is almost a default, like, lane win. I think oftentimes his gimmick is almost like he wins lane and then has less impact in the rest of the game. There's not that many guys. Abaddon, huh? Interesting.
So is this
So-
Breaker? So is this Spirit Breaker 3 or is this Abaddon?
I think it's
No,
probably
I think it's
Abaddon.
Abba 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's,
think it's Abba 3.
Kid Dynamite is standing in for the pause 3, and that's the pause 3 he likes to play right now, so...
10
Okay.
Somebody is blowing my ass up on Discord.
5 seconds remaining.
It's Randy.
Spirit Breaker 4, Witch Doctor 5.
And
How
somebody's
good
adding
is
me an
Spirit Breaker?
LD2L.
Of course. How good is Spirit Breaker 3?
Oh no, that's just stand-ins. How good is Spirit
Spirit
Breaker?
Breaker 3?
Not very good.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah.
A long time ago, it was really good. His kit now really doesn't work that well for it. You could, I guess, if you
Well,
had 9 billion IQ, you could build around that weird rift thing he's got. But like, it's such a
The
specific,
axe?
yeah.
Planner pocket.
No
It-
way.
If
That
you,
thing is so weird.
it's such a specific skill to have to play around. Okay,
Okay, thank God the Prophet is not one.
yeah.
See?
Yeah, it's... There's only one problem with this whole affair. This isn't really a good Slark game either.
No.
No,
Who
it's
does he hit
not.
on the enemy team?
The
Even
Abba's
Spirit
really
Breaker
the...
can be hard to hit.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people overthink the, getting the Agi stacks on Slark. At the end of the day, in most realistic situations in, like, a fight, you're not going to get that much Agi on Slark anyway. It's just not how fights are usually going to go. Not if they're like a competitive game anyway, right? My issue is this. Spear Breaker can charge through his ult. Storm Spirit can charge into his ult and actually kill him. Monkey King can hit Q on his ult and actually kill him. God help you if you hit ult as that Slark right when Monkey King gets that Django. You hit that ult because you need to heal, and then the 10-ton rod falls on your head and you turn into sushi. You know what I mean? That ain't no good.
Yeah. Maledict can even hit through his ult.
Yeah.
Just
It-
ult the big black
It's
cloud.
it's unlikely that's going to kill him after level 1 of his ult, but it is a factor that exists at the very least. I like the rest of the lineup. With Death Prophet not actually being the P1, thank God. I like the rest of this lineup in a lot of ways. The Slark the Slark makes me a little seasick. I don't know how much I like it.
What were
good-
other options
It's
that
good into the
might
Abad.
have been available?
With the Abaddon showing. Ooh, Lena. I don't think Lena was banned, right?
No, she wasn't. No.
Right?
But then this
You
is
can-
like this is an even worse Lena the game than it is Slark game, so I don't blame them for not taking that approach.
It's
Oh
true, yeah,
god,
that
miss
was really bad.
miss me playing Lena into Spear Breaker and the Storm
Storm,
Spirit.
Bad Monkey, yeah, never
Yeah,
mind.
Monkey,
That's really
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it was a tough pick, I think. The problem is that you really had the Abaddon unanswered, and I think that's where the mindset was on the Slark pick. I think they were looking for something to specifically get rid of the
Trade
Abaddon.
with that. Yeah.
And that is a good matchup. I can tell you that from experience. Like, Abaddon is suffering into the Slark. The passive goes right through your Aphotic Shield. You're pretty slow. It's kind of hard to... once he gets that Ags, it's kind of hard to just, like, say no thank you, bro, to his pounce.
I was
Ooh,
gonna
that
ask,
fissure
can
could have been a
you,
lot better, but...
Yeah. I was gonna ask, can you dispel the leash?
30 seconds to
You... At least I think you can... Oh, no, you cannot.
Ooh, big
and
cask.
Yeah. Cask
I think
level
that
1
cask
is...
just... I think it just actually just saved them from losing a kill there.
Yeah, the...
Because
Use-
of the bounce that it got.
Yeah.
Lifestealer? Would Lifestealer have been okay here?
With
I
Lifestealer,
think
that lane's
Right,
fine
he's-
into the Abaddon. It's pretty beans into the Monkey King, but Monkey King isn't really that good anyway. I like it into this. Yeah, I think Lifestealer would have been the guy.
Right?
I think
Because
the story of this game is going to be Monkey King kinda wins lane and then hopefully he just wins the game for his team.
Well, I
If
don't
not,
see Monkey
then-
King, but we do have a Sav.
Yeah, right. There is no Monkey King. There's just a salve.
Oh yeah, I guess I gotta
I-
tell Krem actually, because he's the one who specifically requested, huh?
It does feel like a lot of this has come down to like how the laning stage ends up and the like matchups go.
Yeah,
and who gets kind of free to rotate first.
I just noticed. I didn't even think about this when I was watching who everybody was picking. Double melee in this lane against Monkey King, just to make it a little
Oh
worse.
yeah, right.
This is
Oh, that's
unwinnable. This
brutal.
is one of the
Yeah.
worst lane matchups I've ever seen. Crazy because
think-
this guy picked it.
I think the moment that Monkey King gets gets 4 Jingu stacks,
has been
it's just a kill. Because Boundless
Yeah.
Strike plus Maledict, that's just like
Yep.
a ton of damage alone.
Into
Yeah.
cask follow up, like yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, and you've got two very easy guys to get the stacks on. So compared to this lane, which I mean,
They're
It
level
should-
3.
it should be
This
fine.
is another double melee lane, by the way.
Yeah, which is actually great for the Slark. So it's they're kind of like trading this off on the sides, right? Like, which is
Both of these
Yeah,
off
yeah.
lanes are going to lose unless Inno really screws up. That's basically
yeah.
I mean,
The way I
that's
see
just
it.
the life of an offlaner.
goodbye, Axe. Not again, Kyrix.
Oh.
Good lord.
What happened?
Anybody want to pause? Okay. Who cares? Just have Renee micro him. He'll be fine. What? What happened?
Why?
How did
is
somebody
the
get first blood in the
not
middle of a
working?
pause? interesting glitch that's been happening recently. Anyway, well, First
wow.
Blood is definitely not about to happen. I think it's a good time for the roll call. Never mind, it's a good time to look at Renee get shot with a blood grenade. I guess you don't get shot with a grenade.
Legendary blood grenade kill.
Did he
Yeah,
get
the
like
direct
cast
impact.
next to a neutral camp or something, and then maledicted maybe?
I guess we could watch it. We have the technology.
I wasn't sure if it...
No,
No? Okay.
he killed a neutral camp. He killed the easy camp here, had almost no HP left after doing so, and then just died instantly. Because he actually...
I think he was maledicted way before.
Yeah, he was maledicted before, I agree.
We can find this out easily.
Alright, so here he is.
Oh no,
So
that
he's
that
confessing
maledict
to Paul.
is off cooldown, so...
There you go.
Yeah, they just maledict him. Wait, what?
And then he walks back in with the maledict still on him.
Renee,
no.
baby, you can't do that. He's in chat. Oh no, you can't do
No.
that. That ain't how you play against this guy.
I don't even think he needed that blood grenade, actually. I think he was dead without it. I think that because of between the damage from the cask and stuff. I mean, whatever, got the kill, but...
Oh, Krem's in chat. Hello, Krem. Yeah, you just missed the most humiliating death of all time. I don't know if you knew what happened to the Earthshaker in this game for First Blood, but if you did, you would have, like, disconnected because you were crying laughing. Anyway, I believe with that being said, it is now finally time for the roll call.
This offlane is winning.
Maybe? Maybe it's time for the roll call? Don't be so sure.
Just too many stats. Just too many
Yeah,
stats.
it's a lot of
stolen.
stacks. You got a leash. You got
Oh, the turnaround charge.
And he gets minion blocked.
Mega Man, you have teleportation. Get back and...
Sprout yourself. Oh, sprout yourself.
Thank you, man.
He could have sprouted himself.
Oh, no. And you know what? Even though we already saw that like 3 times, just for Krem, just because it's funny. Let's see Earthshaker, how he dies one more time. He's doing this easy camp, gets some maledict on him, walks away. Turns around, goes back to the easy camp. Here,
So
catch!
He also has the aggro from the neutral camp the entire time the maledict is running.
What is happening here?
So he's just ticking. He's getting hit the entire time during the maledict.
Very
And then
awesome.
this fight happens, but...
Yep.
Yep.
You can see here, this Abaddon guy is kind of lower
Almost
stats.
griefs his nature's prophet, by the way.
Yeah, that was with the blocking him there. Yeah.
Well, that guy
Here we
doesn't
go.
count. We also
That's
missed a kill on the
sick.
Witch Doctor top while this is happening. We'll pretend that didn't
Check
happen.
nature's prophet cooldown. Nature's prophet cooldown for Sprout.
3,
Oh, he doesn't have
2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. If he had sprouted himself there, he lives. But oh well.
He had
Alright,
so
What
long.
happens to the Witch Doctor top?
Oh, well, we can watch that too. This seems to be a very short game, so why not?
It's
Alright.
too far up.
Oh, it gets
Oh,
cut
he
off
gets
by
stunned.
the Earthshaker
Oh,
nonsense.
he's stuck! He's...
Yeah.
Yep.
Counter
And,
helix in the wave.
And then the blood grenade
Oh,
to
does
finish
Axe
him off.
die here? No, he doesn't have stacks.
No.
He already used.
Yep. He goes back
Bold-
And
in.
this is the rare
to go
moment
back
when
in.
he can start bullying the
Yeah.
Monkey King.
Okay.
The fissure block actually...
Pretty big.
Yeah.
What if I wanted
don't
to
think
die
he
there?
dies here. No.
Question.
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, the fissure also
Oh
blocks
my
the
God.
creeps, which means that he can't get any counter helix procs.
Yep.
It was a good trade there. Good
pressure.
for the
A
Earthshaker.
trade
Now let's
mid,
see.
what?
Now let's see what happens here. This is DiveRL Tower, as they say in.
Dive gone wrong.
Tower,
yeah.
Crypt Swarm, then lose
I mean,
aggro.
it's
Oh,
not
boy.
really that wrong because he was the second one to die, so that's
Yeah, so
Fine.
he gets the XP.
Yeah.
so.
Take it.
Pause 1 on the Fellowship of the Ping. You've got Inno on the Slark, and we're still going to get interrupted by these kills. This is a bloodbath. Pause 2, you've got Chobro, recently deceased. There we go, Chobro on the Death Prophet. Pause 3, you've got Kyrix, captain of the team of On the axe, pause 4. Why did I look over there to see pause 4? Because I knew that was about to happen. I instinctively knew, and I was about to eat shit and die. Here comes the charge. Just goes a little too far forward.
Ooh.
Uses. Oh no! Griefed by his prophet.
The
The
dark
wrong.
pack was a little unfortunate.
Wrong skills at the wrong time there. Just wrong use of the death pact, wrong use of the sprout. Everybody just panics and hits buttons. Anyway, pause 4. Renee Altor on the Earthshaker, allegedly PMA. I don't think I believe that. Pause 5. You've got Megaman, who is a Lord 777 in chat on the right side there. On the Death Prophet. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, pause 1. You've got Rip Renee. On the Clock and Ball Torture, I had to think about it for some reason. On Clock and Ball Torture, because it's the only one that doesn't match the theme this season, it makes me sad. Pause 1, you've got Krem on the Monkey King. Pause 2, you've got Moon River on the Storm Spirit, who's about to die under tower again, maybe? Oh, this is so close. Oh, man.
Just auto him.
No.
Now it's the other way. Had that
Another
water
trade
rune.
mid.
Had that water rune. Pause 2, you got Moon River
this-
on the Storm Spirit.
Does this still work in the profit in the favor of Death Prophet since the minions die under tower?
No,
So.
not really.
Yeah, I think
Pause 3, standing in for Charlie Wang, captain of the team usually. You have Kid Dynamite on the Abaddon. Pause 4. You've got Black Joe on the Spirit Breaker. And pause 5, you got Pièce Vol, sponsored by Howl, on the Witch Doctor. I guess in a way it's working out for the... Okay, this is an interesting time for an EXO.
Did she have
I
a
guess he
cart? Is there a
figures
cart?
he either pushes him out of lane.
Oh, no,
or
the
he just
tower
gets the
aggro.
tower.
There we go.
Uh-oh. Okay.
He's
Get some
definitely dead here,
TPs,
right?
gets charged,
sure.
gets the Maledict. God
Yeah.
damn, everyone's coming to town. The
Whoa, okay,
counterattack!
maybe not.
Wait!
Never mind.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Great interdiction
Does-
from the
Does
from
he
the
tick out?
Wait, no,
the,
the-
oh,
20
wow.
HP.
20
Wow.
And then he's gonna heal the full with the exorcism. And then
has a shared tango too. Shoutouts to Mega Man. I was gonna say that was a great rotation from the Nature's Prophet, but this
soothing
is
saplings
Lord. This is
actually make the
Lord
difference.
777 playing it, aka Mega Man. So I can't say that. I have to say it was like a Sigma rotation that was full of Riz.
The soothing saplings made such a huge difference there.
Yeah,
It actually did, because without the Death Brother 100% dies.
for
Oh,
sure.
there we go. Great dark pack. Great dark pack on that one.
Just instant dies, no compensation. Exo's totally wasted. Everything sucks in the world.
All right, so this axe is actually doing okay. Like, top of the
Yeah.
last hits. No, like,
Top of the
no,
last
no,
hits. Damn.
No denies, but like.
Maybe I
still not
shouldn't
just
have talked
completely
shit
bodied.
about Kyrix. This is
Yeah,
really
apparently
bad
not.
for him,
Okay,
though.
never mind.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's got his phase boots. He's got a tango. This is
No,
nice.
he's
Super
kicking
dead.
out from Maledict.
Beep.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
yeah.
I said, he got Jingu Mastery, the Maledict.
And look
dead.
who's top of the last hit chart now.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I think
Casted person.
that was a situation where Renee was actually doing really well it sounds like it's pooping on Kyrix. Promise it's not. Renee was doing a very good job keeping the lane alive in the early levels, but it's getting to the point where that matchup is just so bad, it's just so disfavorable that he can't do anything about it. I think that's what we're starting to see here.
Director 204 or like no, I already saw
Three.
the healing. So he's okay. Yeah. Oh, that's 113. That's interesting.
All in on the Maledict, which I guess makes sense because if you think about it, again, you know we were talking earlier, you get the big Jingabong, you drop the anvil
yeah.
on their head, and they're dead. And it's like a jug spin thing, but different.
What's the
going on
scaling
here?
from level 1 to level 2 on the cask? Because that's I feel like what I normally
I think
see
it goes
is
from 3 to 5
Three-
bounces.
3 to 4 bounces.
3 to 4.
Slight cooldown reduction, decently large mana increase.
Yeah, I think taking W here is wild. Like
Yeah,
the
taking
healing
W is wild. I don't know
negligible. Yeah, like 203, I'm all for it. But this like 113 is kind of crazy.
I guess it does make sense when you consider this lane is getting a little shellacked. When you're, I don't think the cask itself is going to be the main thing doing work in this lane. If that was the case, like if they were, if the whole world was on Witch Doctor's shoulder here, I would say that's, that's true. But I think in this case where it's like, they made rotation bot, they scanned.
Death Prophet already takes mid.
That's
What?
so.
And Spirit Breaker's
she
going
had
on the
that.
Prophet. Mid?
She had Monkey's TP. Yeah, everybody's coming.
Holy
for this one.
crap,
They're
that's
so far
so deep. So deep, Chobro. We're gonna get
They got
another rotation from the Monkey King. This one feels a little harder.
Oh, the
No
Great
way.
silence.
What?
Great silence
another
on the
blast?
deep
Surely,
on the
right,
Storm
yeah.
Spirit, but
Storm
No
has no
chance.
mana. She
No.
gets out. She gets out.
No charge. Charge.
he canceled the
Charge
charge.
is cancelled.
No, baby.
Oh my god. This is shambles.
Now Dire is like crazy deep. Moon River looks super dead.
Moon River
Yeah,
has no
Kyrix
mana.
gonna chop Moon
No
River now.
mana.
Oh my gosh, that's disaster.
That is so disastrous. Holy shit.
Wow, so that is
He
yeah.
is so far up. They rotate 2 heroes. Like Monkey King TP for that, I think, right? From
Exo was
bot.
down
Ye-
too because
yeah.
he just used it to take tower.
Yeah.
And like, oof.
He's gonna
Well,
have that.
Another excellent rotation for Megaman, by the way.
No,
Yeah,
no,
for
you
sure.
can't
That's
say
not
that.
it.
You gotta say it
Yeah.
like they do these days. So say it like a Zoomer would say it, like a
I
15-year-old.
don't know how to talk like that.
You say it.
It's another Sigma rotation from Megaman.
That's what I said last time. You gotta come up with something new.
Damn. Looks like they want to take the spot tier 1 with 3 heroes positioned down here. Unless
Yep.
maybe they're saying that the Monkey King can just take the lane alone up top.
Black Joe, the Spear Breaker, in chat saying, we decided to ignore the DP until they push to the T2s at this point. That's a smart play. You know you can't kill the DP, kill the people you can kill. Makes sense.
Now the question is,
Oh,
do they
he-
have any kill threat on this Monkey King? Oh,
Not
what the
very
portal.
good kill threat, I would
don't
say.
think so.
They have Echo
Not with
Storm,
Witch Doctor
but
here.
the wave is gone.
They have ult for this,
Oh,
and they're
the
going to
cask
elect to use
bounces.
it. The Renee Aldor is going to immediately cancel the cask. Okay.
Great
Oh.
Echo.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
great
that's-
echo if all the
yeah.
creeps just walk right up to them. So that's awesome.
Axe almost dies to Maledict again.
Yep. But this time, walks away with just the skin of his teeth.
Does she have Exo running? I think so, right?
Yes, she does. So
Yeah,
this
okay.
tower
So they're
is
gonna
super
take this
screwed.
tower.
You just can't see.
Gone. Yeah.
It's just like you have to imagine what this EXO
Yeah.
looks like.
I thought I heard her pop it, but then I didn't see the spirits, and so I was like, oh, yeah.
This guy, I feel like he really just needs to get himself 6 at this point. Feels like it's really, his
Oh.
life is really rough not having that. They get the abandon under the tower here. X comes in, good timing. He can't ult for this.
Oh,
He
boy.
goes ding, then he goes
Oh,
dead.
his borrowed time activates at 2 low HP, so the Culling Blade
Yeah,
just
that's brutal.
kills him.
Was he silenced there? Why didn't
No.
Kid Dynamite? Why
I
didn't
was
you hit
gonna-
R earlier?
Yeah, I was
You have
gonna
the
say,
ability.
If he saw the axe coming, he could have just pressed a button and
Yeah.
maybe gotten out.
SMH.
It can be hard to
Maybe-
remember that it has an active component.
Oh, for
Maybe
sure.
press it
Yeah.
anyway. Maybe.
Yeah. Eh.
But if you do that, you at least make the Culling Blade a lot harder to do, and he probably whiffs it trying, which is always fun.
He said he figured he was dead anyway.
I read that. I just responded to it. One
I-
second ago, I responded to it.
You just don't say the message, so I don't know
That's
if
true.
you're responding to the message or not.
That's true. He might have whiffed the
I don't
Culling
know,
Blade.
I mean-
Might have whiffed the Culling Blade, ignoring DP until the T2s. That makes it really easy to miss Culling Blade.
Honest, like, hold on. Let me try.
No blade
cap.
mail.
No cap. Megaman is actually like saving this early game for them with some of these TPs.
Did you just say no cap?
Yeah, did I do it right?
You're 41. Now that's gone. Nobody's ever going to say it after a 40-year-old says it.
I'm not 41.
Didn't you say you were 41 last time?
Oh, is he gonna
No,
press
I'm
the button?
39.
He did press
No,
the
he
button.
did.
Well, it
procs anyways.
activates and he.
Yeah. Just runs
That's still so old. It makes it immediately uncool. Here's a true fact for you.
Right.
When I was in high school, YOLO was happening. If you guys remember that. And Kyrix skipping the blade mail. Yeah, he did. He went right to the blink dagger this game. I can see it to some degree because you're really not just gonna catch 2 of these 3 cores running to you, but
Yeah, I don't
Blade Mail
know.
he
doesn't
didn't pie it
help
later
much
either.
this
Damn.
game. There isn't like a big core that just does a lot of damage so you can reflect back. The only one is Monkey King, and Monkey King calling Monkey King is like kind of very iffy anyways.
Yeah.
So like I can understand it, especially if they feel like they need to make plays early.
Now, yeah.
Problem is, what plays are they
Well-
going to be making early with that?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
the
thinking here.
problem.
Like, you don't really have... the problem is, you have this Axe who isn't getting solo kills because you picked him too early. They didn't pick anybody that goes well with. Sinnoh might be dead?
No, he
Think this-
uses all of his healing items.
Dire
so-
cores are going to
yeah,
have
I
and
decent
he's out of
attack speed.
vision.
Dire cores are going to have decent attack speed. Have you seen these guys before? Abaddon, when he doesn't have Echo Saber, Abaddon attacks you about once a century. What do you mean, decent attack speed? Storm Spirit, he attacks fast at 90 minutes.
He still thinks it's old Curse of Avernus.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
gives the attack speed.
Oh man, there was somebody. Who was it? It was Fiery Extra. I feel bad because the guy's not in this season. I feel like I might have flamed him out. But
He says at the facet.
Fiery X Show last season built Blink and Manta. Goodbye, Witch Doctor. Built Blink Manta on the Abaddon.
Check the Abaddon facet. Apparently, it increases attack speed. I think is what he said.
No. It's,
Or no.
yeah.
So-
It's got the when units die, cooldowns go down. Monkey King is going for a Battle
Oh.
Fury.
Earthshaker is going to die, and nope, never mind. I was gonna say that Furion might too. I think Black Joe's thinking there might be
They
backup
pumped
behind
it,
him.
Yeah.
Oh no, he wasn't
Yeah.
looking at the map because 3 people are on map at bots. They should have known that was safe.
Maybe Moon River just said he didn't have the mana to go in or something.
Krem is watching an advertisement. Very sad. Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem really is the problem with this game really is. Welcome back, Krem. That
Ripper's Lash on Axe.
What'd you say?
Ripper's
The Ripper.
Lash on Axe is crazy. I feel like there are a billion other tier 1s that are better.
I don't
Damn.
wonder what his choices were.
Yeah,
Or
without
just
without being able to
get-
know that, I can't really comment much on it.
I mean, it's good for farming, right? Like farming neutrals and stuff. But
That is true. Going-
I'm assuming there was no chipped vest.
Going
because
BKB
obviously
immediately.
it was-
This is crazy talk. You cannot do
That is-
BKB
what?
second item on Axe. You're not gonna do any
Into
damage, bro.
Spirit Breaker Monkey King?
Like you're not gonna do that much damage on the Axe anyway. The problem I was getting to earlier is this is such a bad Axe game outside of the context of being able to chop through the borrowed time. I guess it's okay against the Monkey King later if you can get his regen called in some form or fashion. But like, I don't like it into
Goose X.
I don't like it into anything else. It's like it's terrible into everything else, and worse yet, it doesn't really go with this team. The only like real team play this Axe has with the rest of his comp is getting really big calls for the Death Prophet, which is good. And I guess if you get 5 people, then you
Does
can
he build a
you get a good.
Vanguard item this game? Like, it feels like it would have
Echo.
been good, right?
Does he
like,
get a Vanguard on it? I don't know. I don't know what you build on a game that looks like this as Axe, because you're not going to solo kill anybody with Blade Mail. That is just off the table. That's not happening.
I think this is like the one game where you just build aura items and you just
Could
like,
build her. I think actually what you probably do is you just go all in on just building up your battle hunger. You just do what you did like 2 patches ago and just make the battle hunger as bad as possible to deal with. I think that's all you've got.
Go
how
Shard.
do you do that exactly?
Is to get
Well-
Shard and max battle hunger, right?
Yeah, get Shard Max Battle Hunger. The The
Alright,
battle
big
hunger
fight
scales
gonna be
like
happening?
pretty crazy. You get a bunch of armor items because it scales based on armor, so you just get like shivas and stuff. I think that's where you're really at. Watch Earthshaker.
Alright.
I mean, they already
Okay.
have a Shiva's builder. Was that the issue? Oh
He
boy.
Axe calls the witch doctor, so no witch doctor.
Hold on. We're gonna watch this in slow motion because we have the power,
Yeah,
we have the
'cause there's
technology.
A lot of stuff happening here.
All right, so Renee
So it's like
All4
rainbow teepees,
walks
right?
by the Watcher. He walks into the river. He sees his silence happening. He has his blink dagger ready. It didn't even get canceled.
No.
He just opted not to use it.
No.
He just voluntarily didn't hit that button.
Oh, brutal.
And as a result, a fight that could have been a just a quick in and out sequence turns into 2 for 4, and the 2 at the Dire lost were just supports. Dire just did all their buttons. They just ulted on the Monkey King, ulted on the Abad, and surprisingly did not use the Death Ward there. Not like it mattered, because Furion wasn't there anyway, so it's not like they had another kill to get.
DP just died to blade mail that fight.
I think he canceled. I think Furion canceled TPing in.
I don't blame you. Let's take a look at that fight again, except this time not in watching Earthshaker view. So we have the EXO going out. Rainbow TP's in.
I couldn't tell from the. It was kind of
Charging the Slark.
Stutter.
This
Blade
is
mail gets
super
activated.
awkward for the DP.
Yeah, Death Prophet
Oh yeah,
just
there's
dies
Mega
to
Man,
the blade mail.
Okay. Yep.
Also, Death Prophet's items. Phase Boots, Eternal Shroud, Veil. Is that normal?
No.
The Shroud is really. I guess if she wants it for the storm, but like.
Yeah, they don't. They don't do spell damage on this team. All they got is just the Storm Spirit Wrecking Ball. It's the only source they have.
It's Storm Spirit and exactly Maledict. Like that's it.
Yeah, BKB or even
Need a BKB
trying to
badly.
finish the Shivas here.
The really sad thing is that even though BKB is still better, still doesn't do anything in this game really.
Well, it does stuff against the blade mail that he died to.
Yules, actually, she needed a Yules.
Yeah, Yules real actually.
Not anymore because blade mail, I believe this is still the case, just returns in. Yeah,
but BKB specifically blocks blade mail.
Okay, it does. Never mind then. That's very strange. Why would they do something like that?
I don't know.
Just as a legacy thing, because it just used to return in magic damage, I guess.
I guess they just wanted to keep it consistent.
It's very weird. They make rules like that, and then they don't think about Tinker whenever they add new items, so they have to change him so he doesn't have rearm anymore.
What do you guys think about this Abba build with this like 20?
Kid Dynamite's in chat, so Kid Dynamite's in chat, so it sucks.
Okay.
That was so resigned. I have never heard somebody be more disappointed.
But like right, like there's no way he's getting this prior to like 26 minutes.
I mean, Radiance is a good item. Like
no, I don't disagree with that, but like this order and still,
it's not particularly good in this game. Well,
it's good against Slark. Right? It's really good against Slark.
It's good against the Slark. It's also really good against the Nature's Prophet and his goons, since he's just going to be doing damage through that. We're doing a Tormentor here real quick.
Well, I would agree with you if this was a core prophet, but this is a support prophet, so it doesn't matter that much.
It doesn't matter that much, but it's at least something. It's like even if it's a support, you're still getting rid of the damage one of the other guys on the other team is doing, and it's not like the damage goes away just because he's not in a core role.
The prophet is almost as rich as the axe, actually.
That's true, yeah.
Oh yikes! That was 5 prophet. I mean, it just shows he's been involved in a lot of kills. Like a lot of like, what's the prophet stat line right now? He's got
he is 218. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mid fight where DP got away and they got like 2 kills out of it. That was huge.
Needed to dodge and play for later game versus the DP. That is definitely true.
Got it. playing for the 50-minute game. Okay, that makes sense.
Grief the caster
DP is
game.
always a game of tempo. You just
Yep.
try to push your advantage whenever you have ult up. And the
For
more you
DP,
can
you're
grab,
saying?
yeah, for the team with DP.
Yeah.
You just try to get as much as you can before the DP starts falling off.
Yeah. No,
I do think it's not like unviable. The problem with Radiance on a Abaddon, I think usually is Radiant have a lot of vision on top. Radiant have a pretty decent amount of vision on the map in general, I think. Most of their vision, yeah, just way up here in the GG jungle. They really
a lot of sentries.
They really wanted to see if this Monkey King was up here. Answer's no. Monkey King just roll the team.
I don't
What's
see
Monkey
why
King
Monkey
at now?
King
He
would go
finished his Battle
farm
Fury.
anyways. I mean, like, he had a Battle Fury, but I feel like the Monkey King could have just as easily just gone a
Almost
damage
like-
item and just went with his team to kill people.
I mean, that's pretty much already what he's doing. I mean, he's not actively killing people with his team right now. He's just, he's farming, always close to the Storm Spirit in particular. You notice, always
Yeah.
pretty close to everybody. And
Dude, look how much he's caught up though. If you like at 10 minutes, there's no way that the Slark was 1k below the Monkey King, right? I think
Yeah.
was way ahead early.
yeah. Yeah, there's a puzzling sort of mechanic of farming with your team, farming near where the team is, and it's a correct
I think
thing
that
to
top
do.
fight was. I think that top fight was just actually disastrous for them. Like,
Yeah.
Radiance
think
is
they were
almost
kind of-
done for
yeah.
everyone.
I think they were in the driver's seat, and then that top fight went so badly, right? It was 2 for what was it, 4?
2 for 4. The
the
2 were
whole-
just supports. It was the Witch
Mhm.
Doctor and the Spirit Breaker, and just to add insult to injury, the only person who got out of it unscathed was the Furion. So
The pause
Yeah,
5.
that was brutal. I think.
Though I think the real pause 5 here is Shaker.
true.
Though somehow still richer than the 2 sports on the enemy team.
I mean, hey, they're the only ones who didn't get any dividends from the top fight, and the team was not winning up until that point. I mean, even now, the Radiant's still up 1k.
Yeah.
Death Prophet is
Yeah,
super
but
balling.
I think the gold shift from the cores, like the swing was more significant, I think, for the cores than it was for the support.
Yeah.
Furion got away, but didn't really get anything from it.
Yeah,
You know,
We're getting
yeah,
close
yeah.
to
That's
the
what I was
year.
saying earlier. Like the,
yeah.
the dire supports are like comparative, and that's the only reason the Radiant's ahead right now. The dire supports are comparatively poor compared to their Radiant
Right.
counterparts. I mean, Nature's Prophet is dangerously near worth double one Witch Doctor, right? On the other hand, Axe has 9. Axe is trailing the Storm Spear right now by about 2 grand, and the gap is growing, not shrinking.
Yeah.
People are really close to a lot of big items, or people just got a lot of big items. Nathan
Shiva's
Prophet
on
almost
the,
has Glimmer.
Shiva's on the
Shiva's
DP.
BKB on
That-
Axe.
Eternal shot though. I really think the
Radiance
Yules.
on Abaddon, I think.
Yeah, he got that a couple
Monkey
minutes ago.
Monkey King's got to have his Manta finished.
When one of you said Abaddon's almost got his Radiance, it was literally actively getting delivered to him on Courier. That's when he got it.
Monkey King's
So-
got Manta now. Yeah.
Yes, he
So-
does. Going for Butterfly next.
Okay.
So who on paper wins this farming game?
Monkey King.
Monkey
should.
King for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
the
both
Battle
in terms
Fury?
of what's actually happened and what should happen. Monkey King has a farming item. Slark does not. Slark is building like he wants to go hunt people for sport. Slark is building like he wants to go like kill people, but he's not really doing that. He's 1-3-1. He's participated in 2 of his team's 13 kills. So he's building like he's gonna solo kill people, and he's just hitting creeps. He's hitting creeps nowhere near his team. Again, to mention it again, because I think it's worth mentioning. Krim has been with team for like the past 10 minutes, right? Like Krim, since he had his like Battle Fury Yasha has been around team. When that fight happened at top, Krem was farming around team. That's how he was able to get there pretty quickly. And
Nice
Slark
try.
is playing a game of his own. He is as far from every other human being as possible. He is currently living up to that meme, that cryptic posts about what the team is doing, or what Inno is doing when the team is getting fucked in base, right? Like,
Does he know that he's farming right next to this Abaddon?
no, he
No
doesn't.
chance.
Two
Yeah,
ships fast in the night.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably good, right? Like, he can't kill Abba solo. No way.
Storm Spirit has a BKB. Very sadly for the Radiant, just to make things a little worse. BKB is so much of a bigger item for the Dire than the Radiant this game, I feel like. Like, the Dire has so much that it doesn't care about your BKB. The Radiant is... They've got the Axe Call. That's, like, all that they've really got. You're inerting the Earthshaker damage, which right now is most of their damage in a team fight.
Man, this Storm has recovered so well. He was down,
Yeah.
I think, two levels on the DP. He was down 2 levels. Yeah, she was a level 11 when he was 9. And
Now he's ahead. You can see up here on the charts. He's topping the game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like, Radiant are making a huge mistake just not playing with the Exorcism. Like, they're just farming.
Yeah.
Exorcism has been up for, like, the past
X is up,
5
push.
minutes. It
Yeah.
feels like.
Not
Do
only do they
something.
have the Exo up, they're not building Slark like for late game. They're building Slark for like they're building Slark for like a 25-minute power spike and it's 28 minutes. You know what I mean? They're not farm based. That's very true, but that's what they're doing. I guess in a certain light, I mean, Monkey King doesn't scale all that well, and eventually, if you believe hard enough, the Nature's Prophet is going to be at least something of a core. And hypothetically, if this game goes 900 minutes, you know, that'll mean something. But
You say Monkey King doesn't scale that well, but I've had, like, really late games where Monkey King just does phenomenally. Like,
skill issue.
Oh boy.
maybe. This is gonna be a big fight, though.
This is a really big
That's
catch.
big.
100 to 0. 100 to
Oh,
0 on
no.
Krem to start the
Yeah,
fight. Here
no
comes
to
the
Krem,
EXO.
but-
There goes Piacevola.
Brutal.
Ibadan is
The
just...
Slark BKB actually putting in some work there. I think he
Look-
dodged a cast
I think
from it.
Earthshaker, when the Storm Spirit jumped on him, he should have just Echo Slammed. Like,
Yeah.
Storm and Monkey are both such big targets for the Echo Slam to hit. Like, even if you hit them solo, just being able to get the stun on them with the Aftershock can just, like, fuck them over.
Must have been a skill issue that my Monkey Kings have had, because I don't think I've ever seen that guy win a game that went on longer than 50 minutes while being competitive. Either way,
That was a brutal fight. Monkey
Yeah,
getting
it looked
caught
like
and
a brutal
deleted
fight.
That is rough. Like,
It
right?
only-
Like, he jumps in trying to get the Wukong's command out and then just gets deleted.
yeah.
I don't get
It
why
only-
he didn't just Wukong's command from the tree.
Actually turned into a 2 for 3 though. It wasn't the biggest turnaround you could actually have. You have a strong XP swing here, but you still haven't actually caught up to the Storm Spirit. Did establish
I
some
mean-
2K gold lead.
I think Radiant was still technically ahead when that fight started.
Yeah, barely, I think.
Well, that's what that last fight swung them 2K, and right now they're 2K up. So I'm guessing they were probably about even when the fight happened.
Yeah, I think it was like less than 1,000 with the up top what it said when that fight
Yeah.
started.
Manta style Abaddon. Spicy.
From straight from 3 years ago. They are hunting for they're hunting for somebody. I assume they're hunting for Slark, but they're gonna find the DP instead.
If they find a DP, that's going to be a huge kill for them.
If they find the DP.
Yeah.
If they find the DP.
Oh, no
They
way.
find it.
They
She's
find the
dead.
DP. Oh my
She
god,
got
they
the
took so long to look down here, but they did come in. And Storm gets a funny region.
Yeah.
Storm gets the funny region, gets to be the wrecking ball. All that eternal shrouding amounted to nothing because of that. You know,
Why did he build this item?
just to make it worse. Just to make it worse, it's like
Lincoln's now.
Lincoln.
Yeah, this
What,
is
he
wild.
He really does not want to get charged.
the eternal shroud is something that builds up over the course of the fight, but they don't really have that much to actually build stacks of it on the Dire. They have like the Witch Doctor stuff, and I guess like some of the Storm Spirit stuff adds maybe.
Who's the mid player playing DP?
It's
Chobro?
Chobro on the DP. The
I just feel like Yules would have been so much better.
on the DP? On the
Yeah,
Eternal?
not
Yeah.
Yules and-
Yeah, even
not
in the
Yules
ideal
in that
situation.
fight.
Like, the most ideal possible situation is, like, the Eternal Shroud is really there for the Storm Spirit Wrecking Ball. It doesn't really do anything to anything else, unless you're really afraid of the Storm Spirit Q. God help
I
you,
mean-
280 damage.
If Radiant are a bit faster and like Death Prophet has Yules there, imagine the fight. Like Death Prophet
Yeah.
Right,
activates Exo and
she
Yules.
lives.
Axe
Yeah, exactly.
Axe comes
Yeah.
in, calls 4 people. The rest of the team follow in.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think you're gonna find anybody who's gonna defend the Eternal Shroud in this game. This is a very, very
The
odd
fight
decision.
Into the Lincolns though too. It's like, oh,
No
it feels
Yules
really,
still, like
yeah, it feels really clunky.
Yules is such a good item on Death Prophet and he just refuses to build it.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
isn't
game.
it's like one of the best items for her, right? Because with Exo, you just go up in the air, your spirits are still doing damage. You come back down, you get healed up, right? Like it's just really good.
It also
And
works
what-
with Spirit Siphon. I believe you still heal when you're
Yep.
up in Yules with Spirit Siphon.
And while the stats aren't like crazy, I mean nobody's building Yules as a stats item anymore. It's not 2015. It is like, it's all stats DP likes to have. I mean, I've had a few instances this game. I haven't really called it out. But there have definitely been some instances of this game where I was looking at DP and she had a good opportunity to Exo and that skill was colored blue on her HUD. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna say no to
mana.
int? Who's gonna say no to move speed?
Mana regen, like all of it. It's every
Yep.
single component that it builds is great for int heroes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Int heroes that don't have good regen. in
Well,
general.
DP's universal,
Dire
but
smoked. Dire
Oh,
smoked.
she's universal now.
Dire's
Damn.
middle
Okay.
tower
4-man smoke by the Dire. They find the
Okay.
Storm Spirit with
Nah.
double damage. I'm not gonna get anything. This is
No
a very
catching
awkward
this.
position from Krem to be in, but
The
they did
Wukong's
not catch
come
him in here. Wukong's
Just
here.
walk out.
Yep, everyone just
Exo's
immediately
gone, right?
walks away.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Dude,
no Exo.
Yule's here.
Big.
Yule's here.
This is such a big ult for the Witch Doctor. Kyrix walking in with the BKB is going to get the Witch
Alright.
Doctor, but
But he's
lose
dead.
his life
Sure,
in kind.
Meanwhile, Earthshaker and Inno go get and kill the Spirit Breaker.
So again, we're trading a support and a core for two like almost broke ass supports too that have just traded their lives
Yeah,
for.
these are very no burrow time.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh my
man.
god,
All right, well,
the tree.
Oh
No
no!
Wukong's command.
Yep, no Wukong's
it's
command.
gone. Yeah, it was committed
The-
really early.
Oh, no.
I don't think he hit anyone.
Rough.
Oh, brutal.
Renee! No!
The Jingu.
What
the
a
Jingu.
feat.
Oh my god. Chobro, by the way, did
Oh.
not die earlier in this fight, so the Yules wouldn't help
No,
there.
Trevor did die. He just respawned.
He did not, I promise you.
Or no, he didn't. Did he not die?
Yeah, he TP'd out. He TP'd out
Yep.
and came
Oh,
back.
he TP'd out. I see. Okay.
Oh no, I hit these buttons too much.
Yeah, I don't know
There we
why Dota's replays have been doing that.
It just sucks. This replay client sucks. It always has sucked. Everybody's a statue.
You need
Look
to
at
go
the
back.
Spirit Breaker charge.
Yeah, you need to go like back one just to reset everything after you
Yep.
go forward.
Okay. He was holding my play button hostage there for a minute. Great, now I don't know who
Go
Spirit
watch.
Breaker is. He doesn't exist. There we go.
So
Chat
Boots
saying
of
we go
Bearing,
watch the
Spirit Vessel.
Earthshaker.
Okay.
No, that was the last fight where you
Was it
Echo
just for
slammed
the,
nobody. Yeah.
Echoes the illusions.
No, you
Yeah, I
didn't-
guess that's true.
Yeah.
If you got
Those are
illusions as
or
people.
creeps, I think.
If you count illusions as people, he Echo slammed a hell of a lot of people. If you don't count illusions as people, he didn't Echo slam anybody. That's how it goes.
Wait, how is Monkey King dead, by the way? Because Monkey King didn't die today. I know.
He took the 1v1 with Slark and barely lost.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
DP
yeah,
DP,
yeah. You're
right,
right. You're
yes.
right. He took
Yeah.
the 1v1 with Slark,
DP
barely
came back
won,
in
and then
and
DP
got him.
just threw bats at him once and he died.
Dude, another regen for the storm. That is, oof.
Moon River wins the luckiest person award. Moon River, I don't know if they're still in chat at this point. Been awfully quiet since that tower dive dropped.
Does Abaddon's passive still do full damage on illusions?
The Curse of Avernus?
The 85 DPS?
I'm not actually sure if it does that anymore. I would guess yes. I don't see why it wouldn't. Most skills that are like that work that way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess it'd be very easy to figure that out. The answer is yes.
Yep.
Apparently Moon River complains every game. That's
Double
going on
regen
record.
Storm.
Moon River, biggest complainer in LD2L.
Dude, how can he complain? You got so many storms.
Oh my god. Well, this is a big catch if it
This
works
is-
out.
This
Everybody hits BKB.
Megaman comes in.
Yep, just gonna say MVM, bro. Sorry, it was just a prank, you know. It was just a little goof. Yeah, they were on a team together once. They know what a goof is like.
16 essence stolen. That is 16 less intelligence.
It's true. No, it's
Radiant's
Agi.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Well, I mean on the Storm Spirit.
Well,
This
this
a
is
big catch if they kill her.
that was a very poor EXO. Well, it's gonna be an
Yeah, it's
okay.
rough.
No, it's still a poor EXO because it didn't really factor into her escaping either. He has like a blink or anything, right? Yeah. She
Yeah.
just hit EXO and walked away. It was the wrong button to hit.
They're gonna be happy with moving away. Okay, another question.
Okay.
How does Pure Cloak interact with Borrowed Time?
How does
If the ABBA appear as someone, or what?
Like, because Abaddon heals instead
Oh.
of taking damage. Oh!
Well, that was
Echo hits the
alright.
Witch Doctor.
Echo the Witch
Yep.
Doctor to death?
Monkey
Crown.
King just smacking people.
Crown.
Doesn't care that there's
Got the
a
BKB
fucking-
up.
Yeah,
Man,
double
this is
BKB.
a lot of hammers to drop on the DP, but she did die. They got the Hex on the Scythe of
Hex,
Ice.
No.
Oh no!
from the Storm Spirit here. That was the Scythe reveal.
Yep. That brutal.
Big Scythe reveal.
And that's a brutal
They
kill
just
on
get cleaned
the,
up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing with Monkey King. It just keeps him eating at his heels, but like it doesn't matter. He just
Yeah.
smacks other people and life seals it all the way. And he's
Mhm.
got a butterfly, and I don't think that Slark has.
Yeah, they have
MKB.
so many missed.
No.
He does have MKB.
Wait.
Attack.
Oh no, he does.
Oh, he does.
Wow,
Wow.
and he still wasn't able to kill him.
Yep. I mean, that's only an 80% chance. So 20% of the time he's still missing.
Hey, it was RNG. That's why you didn't kill him.
True.
All RNG. Yeah, like, because Abaddon doesn't take damage in Borrowed Time, right? He just heals, so Pure Close
yeah.
doesn't work.
Fortified.
Kid Dynamite in chat said that it's like Blade Mail, so they take damage the whole time.
Really? That's crazy.
That worth lead is misleading just because I'm juicing the profit of support. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. I got distracted by something or another, but it's like the Radiant have only kept this game close just because the Nature's Prophet is like ballin'.
The
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet has eclipsed the Axe in net worth
Yeah,
by this point.
Poor Kyrix. Kyrix got Crimson Guard. It's not a good Crimson game.
Yeah, like you said, I think you just build aura items on Axe, because there isn't a single Axe item that's good in this game.
Krim
What
is
is
just
better?
Krim is just threateningly looking at Roche. What happened, Krim? You don't have a body
What would've been
anymore.
better? Just like what is
He's just
Like a lotus? Like
he's
right?
just
like,
a
you could've-
head
like,
shaking a staff.
Lotus would have probably been good, yes.
Yeah, Lotus would have been good. It's just I don't know. I think this is just a DOA axe. I think they picked it too early when they didn't see enough. It wasn't. It was good in combination with the DP, but it's not like you're going to like. It's not like you're going to blink, get a 5-man call, and then a rampage exorcism. That's not how real life works, you know.
I really want to see the graph at the end of this game.
Don't worry, you
Other
will.
items could have worked.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think it's gonna. Oh, she got the Yules finally.
Oh yeah, there you go.
DP got the Yules.
But
Man,
only 41
Yeah.
minutes.
AC
yeah,
on
20
Axe,
minutes
maybe?
too late.
And her first act with the Yules. Okay, that's
Oh my
what you're
God,
supposed to do.
Yules! Yep. there you
And
go.
hey, you remember at the beginning of the game when I was talking about how Slark can hit his ult, and if Monkey King has a Jingu Bong, he can just drop the anvil on his head and he dies?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys
And
remember
there
that?
was no Earthshaker or Axe to
Dunk!
help them.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be over, right? I don't. There's no way they can.
The network
Yeah, I mean,
is
how do
not
you
that
how
much,
do you
but,
even
like,
kill Krem? He doesn't even have anything to fire at anymore. He's spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, sure. Yeah, it's
there's-
only 7K, but like they can't fight them anymore. Like it's
No,
impossible.
Yeah,
there's no way to fight them.
No, it's so tough. It's so tough.
just
The builds are
harass
awkward.
Echo.
That's a
Echo.
great Echo
Immediate
Slam. It's gonna get
stun.
it's gonna kill the Aegis on the Storm Spirit. I don't know how much Storm Spirit cares at this
Yeah.
juncture though.
No.
Moon
No.
River
imagine if
is
that-
kind of on top of things.
Yeah.
Hey, but if that Prophet and Nino were alive, that would have been a bigger Echo Slam, right?
True.
Yeah.
Well,
the follow-up is there,
If
I
Inno was
guess,
alive
but-
anyway, I don't think the DP does anything at this point. Especially considering she wouldn't have had Exo. So it would have been an Echo Slam plus bats. That's what that would have been.
I mean, the silence.
That's true. Big change that does. Nature's Prophet is in it to win it, baby.
Yeah.
Mega Man will not let this go without a fight. They just killed a career with a shard on its head.
That's Prophet just eating the entire Witch Doctor ult
Yeah.
for fun, I guess.
Oh my god, the Slark just disappears. Just really overall a very confusingly played game on the part of the Kyrix team, if I had to be blunt.
I felt like Radiant were doing that game well, and then they just like went and farmed in the jungle for 15 minutes, and then they
Yeah.
lost.
I also think the DP itemization was not
Eh.
it.
The everybody itemization was not it. And, like, as I'm going to say when I load back into the game in 35 minutes. Come on, Dota 2. You don't have to show me this black screen. But like, everybody was itemizing at least a little whack. Come on, Dota 2. Hurry up! What is happening? You guys are still hearing me, right? Oh, even better. Hell yeah.
You know, it goes into Parasma, into Ags, into Kaya, right? Like the Storm's just constantly getting
Even the
more and
Hex.
more damage. And the Hex, yeah,
is
exactly.
just so good. Imagine
Yeah.
if DP went Hex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
like,
we go.
actually.
Holy hell. Finally loaded. But everybody on the
Alright.
Radiant, it feels like, is building at least something whack. Like the BKB and a Crimson Guard on Axe. This was a hard Axe game, and that did not make it any easier. Like,
Yeah, I think
The-
like Ransom said, Lotus would have been actually pretty good.
I
Because
guess the problem is with Axe is this is just not that. There's nothing you're going to build on Axe's game that's going to make him like feel good
Yeah.
and do well. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah,
You'll
no
Yeah.
matter what, there's no Axe items in this game that you can build. You have to kind
No.
of build like the shitty items that Axe really doesn't want to build.
Yeah,
But I think
Yeah.
like against a Monkey King, that's kind of how you have to play this game.
I
I
mean,
think it's also. I think it was just a bad. It was a bad pick. Like it was showed too early without seeing the other cores, right? So then, because what they picked it after the
same-
storm had been shown, or was it right before the storm or after the storm?
It was after the storm.
that was G1.
After
Yeah,
the storm, but then they didn't see the monkey
no,
or the ABBA, right? Like
Nope.
so, really like Axe doesn't want to play against either of those two. Like Axe does not
We
want to play
got-
against monkey or ABBA.
We got a lot of chatters, so Anani,
Yep.
if you want to respond.
yeah, no, don't
It
worry.
says
They're
Axials.
yeah. I saw that the Axials idea. It's great. the Axe is just in a tough spot. There's not really going to be a nice, comfortable way for Axe to like play this game. The Slark pick, I didn't have good feelings about it when I saw it, and it didn't come out like right at all. Like I said towards the top of the game, the Slark was building, and I think probably rightfully. I don't think you probably should build like Mjolnir on Slark or whatever, but the Slark was building to be like Mr. 1v1s, right? But he wasn't doing that. He built that diffusal, that was his first items. He built Ags, second item. I believe the BKB was third. Now let me ask you something. What does that do? What does that do, like, to help you hit creeps at all? Like, almost nothing, really. They picked Slark to counter. Yeah, I was saying that in pick phase. Like, it did feel to me like they just picked that specific matchup, and that was it. And that is a massive headache for a bad, and I do hate that. But on the other hand, it's like I hated everything else. It doesn't feel good into the Monkey King. Like, they got so much stuff that can just drop on it in the ult. And indeed, what you saw in the game was a whole bunch of things that just dropped on the Slark in the ult. Like the last time we saw him, he hit ult at like half health, and then the Monkey King just gibbed him.
Yeah, I think really it was just that they didn't play to this, like, how they were winning early, right? Like, DP took mid tower at like 6 minutes or something, I think, right? It was crazy fast.
Yeah, they had the DP.
So it was like they needed to keep the pressure up. Like, I think, like Megaman said, like they needed to keep pressure up with the NP and the DP. And
I mean, the problem is how do you do that on the DP? Like, early game, she's impossible to kill, and that's awesome. But how do you keep up the momentum on a DP when you've just got Eternal Shroud for like half the game? That's your only.
I mean, again, like I said, I think the DP build was very bad, actually. Like, with her lead, she should have like really she could have gone like Yule's Kaya right into Ags or something like that, just to give her more damage and push versus like the survivability that didn't end up helping her.
It kind of feels like it was just a lot of build issues this game.
Yeah. Everybody on the Radiant was rapping awful. They were building weird stuff. The pipe on Nature's Prophet, as the man himself said, didn't really end up helping too much. There just isn't that much magic damage on the Dire, really, at the end of the day. Like, it really is just
Shaker's items.
Maledict. It was Shaker's items. The Atos Shaker. What the hell? I didn't even look at that. What? Okay.
I think it was because of Storm. They felt like they couldn't get to the Storm, and so they felt like they really needed the double Atos or something like that to try and set up.
Shame he can still dodge that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just awkward stuff. They were not only were they building awkward stuff, they weren't using.
He wanted Gleipnir.
Oh, nice.
What?
Very, very good.
It increases the radius of your aftershock and Echo Slam.
That's a choice.
At the end of the day, it's like you have these guys who are buying these things to like do these big, mostly picks. It felt like everybody was building this team that wanted to like smoke, find a big guy, get the kill, smoke, find a guy, get the big kill. I don't think they bought. I guess I could check. They do have one at the end of it,
but did they get
1, 2, 5?
So they did.
I assume that's counting the one in DP's inventory.
Oh yeah. Right.
But the Radiant bought a few smokes, but they didn't really commit to that style of gameplay. They didn't commit to hunting down the Freeman.
Can you show the graph?
Hold on. Oh no, that's special for. Oh, it was 3. Never mind. I thought it was 2, 2, 1. Anyway.
Yeah, so they used 5 smokes, but can you show the graph real fast?
No, don't worry. I will show it, but I'll show it only after I do the outro. That's a Twitch exclusive, baby.
It's only for Twitch.
Yep.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, they built for that strategy. They did not enact in that strategy. And I mean, of course this is going to happen to you. Like, of course, if you build Slark to just 1v1 people and then spend the entire game in the jungle, the only time you come out is for big team fights where you get squashed like a bug, of course that's not going to work. That's just basic, isn't it? If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to LD2L.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but it's not Too late to stand in. Plenty of stand-ins needed. In-houses are inexplicably kind of happening in the middle of the season, which is crazy. Which is a lot of fun. So there's that. In-houses are happening. Q's popping everywhere you look. Go to LD2L.gg. That's called link to the Discord server. That's where the action's happening. Special thanks to all of my subscribers. For the record, by the way, just to show myself a little bit. If you subscribe to this channel, you get no ads. I apologize for the ads. Like I said, tough financial spot right now. It was have the ads or I have to take a second job, which will prevent me from doing this. But, yeah, the support helps a lot. Thank you to all those who do such a thing, and thank you to all those who grit your teeth and just sit through the ads anyway, because even that helps. So, Tobel, you didn't even buy your own sub. So, thanks to all you, and we'll see you next time for Game 2. Wait, I just did the outro spiel. I only do that at the end of Game 2 anyway. Whoops.